In a day and age where video games have trouble separating themselves from the pack, it's always refreshing when a title comes from out of left field with a fresh perspective. Let's face it, nowadays from one game to the next, the only things that change are one or two game mechanics and slight variations in story. The changes are usually enough to hold your interest for the first day or two of play, but then the striking similarities between your brand new game and every other one before its surface, and you're left with a bitter resentment toward the publisher for being lazy and yourself for being duped into picking it up. Thankfully, every now and then, sifting through the sand, you find a gem, and this past week, the gem that I found was the Dishwasher Vampire Smile. Let's take a look. Now I know what you're thinking. Dishwasher, vampire, and smile aren't exactly three words that usually go together in a sentence, but allow me to assure you that in the context of this side-scrolling adventure, they fit together just right. In this morbidly cute arcade title, you play as either Yuki, a deranged asylum inmate, or her stepbrother known only as the Dishwasher. From Yuki's perspective, the story is somewhat reminiscent of the film Sucker Punch. She's locked away in a maximum security prison after being convicted of terrorism, and instead of going on a rampage inside and murdering your captors, you're transported to Yuki's imagination, where she slices and dices SWAT teams, ninjas, and robots. And half robot, half sharks, I guess. At least that's what I think the story is. It's bizarre and sometimes hard to tell whether or not the reality you're presented with is real or if it's all in your character's head, but that's all part of the fun. A warning to parents that see the cartoon graphics and think that Dishwasher is one for the kids. It isn't, period. The story, as well as the brutal, gory gameplay, are as gruesome and disturbing as can be. Emphasis on disturbing. Yikes. But that in and of itself may be an artistic statement by Ska Studios, a comment on the perversion of innocence in an overly technological world perhaps. Artistic merit aside, the game itself is just a hell of a lot of fun to play, though I'm sure my 11th grade English teacher would be proud of my in-depth analysis. Dishwasher has a low learning curve, and most people will be able to jump in and start hacking up enemies in no time, but the real satisfaction in the game comes from chaining together ridiculous multi-weapon combos, concluding with you brutally tearing your enemies apart at the seams, spraying blood and guts everywhere. Sadistic, I know, but it's true. And if the story wasn't enough to keep you hooked, there are 50 arcade levels to pass, as well as the Dish Challenge and Speedrun modes. The Dishwasher Vampire Smile stands alone as the best arcade title of the year thus far, and will offer hours and hours of gameplay. For the low price of 800 Microsoft points on Xbox Live, it is a must-buy. It's absolutely perfect for what it is, so I give the Dishwasher Vampire Smile a 5 out of 5.